We're back with a new country today. We're going to be checking out top 10 places to visit in good old Portugal.
I'm sure there's a lot of beautiful places. It got some of the biggest waves in the world.
Oh,
What?
you're ready to go surfing?
I can surf totally.
Oh, yeah, and swim through those waves and survive. Yeah.
Easy. I gotta imagine one of the top 10 places to visit is gonna be Ronaldo himself, right?
That's true. You can go to his house. He allows visitors every day. You just have to pay a slight, small $100,000 fee.
Easy.
I am curious if it's going to be mostly things on mainland Portugal, or is he going to go out to like Madeira and the Azores and places like that.
He's gotta at least include them at one of them. I don't know if he'll go like
What?
multiple islands, but he's gotta include it. That looks insane.
Madeira is one of the places I've always wanted to go ever since I discovered it. So it would be cool if he included that on here. Even if he didn't go, he'll include it with some drone shots he got from his friends.
My name is Ryan Shirley, and I want to
Wow,
show
that
you
was a
some of
crazy
my
cliff
favorite
jump.
places in the beautiful country of Portugal. So here's my Portugal
Cool.
top 10. Portugal is home to some of the world's most stunning landscapes. The country is full of incredible coastline, intriguing history, and some of the world's biggest waves. From the
Hey, I
volcanic
said it.
islands of Madeira to the scenic Algarve coast,
Oh, those are so
Portugal
cool.
has so much to offer. Let's start this video off at
That's
the
the Golden
vibrant
Gate
city
Bridge?
of Lisbon. Being one of the
No,
oldest cities
the
in the
Lisbon
world,
Bridge.
Lisbon is Europe's second oldest capital city after Athens. I mean, there's
Wow.
just so much
Didn't know
culture
that.
and history in the city. You can
It's a
check
cool
out
little
the
walking street.
sanctuary of Christ the King monument. It reminds me of a mixture of Rio de
I've
Janeiro
never seen
and
that
San
before.
Francisco's bridge. The Commerce Square is another beautiful spot to explore. One of the coolest parks in Lisbon is the Parque Eduardo VII. It's full of beautifully designed hedges and just a great place to enjoy the afternoon or
Those are
evening.
beautifully
The
designed
Belém
hedges.
Tower is also an important monument that served as a point of embarkation
That's
for
cool.
Portuguese explorers. Lisbon is such a historic city, and I have to say it's one of the most beautiful capitals in all of Europe. After Lisbon, we're going to head to
Sintra?
the
That
nearby
one's so cool.
municipality of Sintra. Now, located about 30 minutes outside of Lisbon, Sintra is home to some of Portugal's most famous places. Now, one of the most
could, like-
well-known spots in the region.
Could you even like swim in this, or would you
Just
just
so
get
important.
annihilated?
You'd have to get annihilated up against a rock, right?
Look at that water. How wouldn't you want to just dive in there?
Beautiful.
Portugal's most famous places. Now, one of the most well-known spots in the region is the Pena Palace. It's this
That's so
colorful
cool.
castle that sits on top of the Sintra Mountains. Originally, a monastery was built here in the 15th century, but lightning and earthquakes left the monastery in ruins until King Ferdinand decided to build the palace, which was completed in 1854. Today it stands as one of the 7 wonders of Portugal. Now, right next to the Pena Palace
have
are
7
the
wonders of
castles of the
Portugal?
Moors. It's a stunningly well-preserved medieval castle that was built all the way back in the 9th centuries. If you visit, you can walk the castle walls and get a little taste of what it must have felt like to live in Portugal during
Wow.
medieval times. Another historical nearby place is Quinta da Regaleira. It's home to the inverted tower, which has a
Oh.
fascinating history regarding the initiation
that.
ceremony
That's
for
so cool.
Templar Knights. Now, from Sintra, you can make the 30-minute drive down to the coast. The coastline here is some of the most picturesque in
jaded.
all of Europe. It's full of jagged cliffs, incredible beaches, and picturesque lighthouses. Now, one of my favorites is the lighthouse of Cape Roca. It offers an incredible view of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, regarding beaches, I have to say one of the most scenic is Ursa Beach. It's right
pointy
next to
rock.
Cape Roca, and there's this really uniquely shaped pointy rocks that remind me of a wizard.
I hate that I said jagged right before he said it, and I said pointing right before.
I mean, what a
You and Shirley need to get some new vocabulary.
Yeah, I think
words.
so.
Line. Another really beautiful place right
That's
up the
a
coast
crazy-
is Azenas do Mar. It's a stunning town built right against the coastal cliffs. I mean, it would be so
I
cool
love
to
the
live
beaches
do
like
Mar.
that. That
It's a
like I feel
stunning
like you only see these in Europe, where there's just like some cliffside town and then this beach in the middle of all these cliffs.
You can just go right from like your probably staying in your hotel or Airbnb in that city. Just walk right down, beach.
So cool.
town built right against the coastal cliffs. I mean, it would be so cool to live there. After Sintra and the coast,
Oh.
we're going to head out to the Atlantic Ocean to visit the
Oh,
island
there
of
it
Madeira.
is.
Located
That's
off
so
the
tall.
northwestern coast of Africa, Madeira is a volcanic archipelago of 4 islands. Now, special thanks to my good friend Ellis Van Jason for providing his footage. He's one of the best FPV pilots in the world, and he made a mind-blowing video of Madeira. You'll feel like you're soaring over the island. I'll link it in the description below. Now, the
Whoa.
island was claimed by Portugal in
incredible.
1419. Madeira is known for its idle climate climate and stunning coastline. I have to say that one of my favorite parts of Madeira is its mountains. They are so jagged and have a stunningly colorful combination. Ellis shows off the ridges from a completely new perspective with his incredible piloting skills. I mean, just unbelievable. If you want to visit the mountains, you can go to Pico do Arriero. It's just a 30-minute drive from Funchal. You'll be able to hike around and get stunning 360 views of the whole island. Now, the weather on top can be quite unpredictable. You might get lucky and be right above the clouds. If you're not into mountains, the coastline offers just as much beauty. A lot of the beaches are dwarfed over by massive cliffs. I mean, it's just hard to believe that places like this actually exist. Madeira is just such a unique island, and I hope you all can visit one day. While we're still in the Atlantic Ocean, we're going to head over to the archipelago of the Azores. Located right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, the Azores are a group of 9 islands like none other. They remind me of a hybrid between New Zealand and Hawaii, with its rolling pastures and green scenery. The largest island on the Azores is São Miguel. One of the most stunning places on the island is Lago das Sete Ciudades. Hope I said that right. It's a twin lake situated in the crater of a volcano. One lake is green while the other is blue. The nearby Santiago Lake is also an incredibly unique place. The highest point in the Azores and all of Portugal is the massive Mount Pico. The stratovolcano is over 7,713 feet high and last erupted in 1720. From the dramatic coastline to the crater lakes, the Azores just have so many places to see. After the Azores, we're going to head back to the mainland to visit the region of Algarve. Now, the Algarve region is the southernmost part of Portugal. It's famous for its good weather.
It's just too dang hard to know these names. That one was, it was spelled Azores, but it's Azores, and this one isn't Algarve, it's just Algarve.
I guess, yeah, what the heck?
How do we do this?
How do you know?
To visit the region of Algarve. Now, the Algarve region is the southernmost part of Portugal. It's famous for its good weather, high standard of living, and incredible coastline. One of the most beautiful towns in Algarve is Lagos. It's this ancient maritime town with more than 2,000 years of history. Today, it's one of the most visited cities in all of Portugal. What I love about Lagos is it's located right next to some of the best beaches. The coast is home to uniquely shaped sea cliffs filled with hidden beaches and sea caves. I would just love to swim to one of those hidden beaches and spend all day there. One intriguing place is Ponte da Piedade. It's full of countless grottos and sea arches to explore. And this summer, I just want to explore the Algarve coast so bad, and there's just so many hidden gems to find. After Algarve, we're going to visit the medieval town of Óbidos. Located about an hour's drive from Lisbon in central Portugal, Óbidos is a romantic medieval town protected by an impressive stone wall. Around the year 713, the Moors established a fortification here, and in 1148, the King of Portugal reclaimed the land after successful storming of the Moorish castle. In the 13th century, the king gifted Óbidos to his queen, and for the following centuries, the village received special treatment from the queens of Portugal, who remodeled and enriched the village throughout the Middle Ages. Today, Óbidos is one of Portugal's most well-preserved medieval cities. The Óbidos Castle is one of the crowning features. It dates back to the 9th century, and now it's a hotel. Óbidos is just such a beautiful medieval town, and I hope you all can witness it one day. Now, from Óbidos, we're going to make the 1-hour drive to Tomar. Tomar is an idyllic Portuguese city full of history. It's also known as the last town commissioned for construction by the Templar Knights. Now, the crowning feature of the city is the Convent of Christ. And it's this massive monastery and castle surrounded by medieval walls. It was completed in the 12th century by the Templar Knights. Now, the monastery was integral for defending the Christian kingdom against the Moors. I'm just blown away by how big it is. The stone wall that surrounds the castle must have took ages to construct. Another fascinating medieval place to visit is the Castle Alegria, located about a 50-minute drive from Tomar. Constructed in the 12th century, this castle was built to create a line of defense against the Arabs. Throughout the years, the castle started to lose its military importance, and it was damaged extensively by French invasions. Today, the castle has been restored, and I just love how it's integrated with the city. I mean, there's just houses all around it. It'd be pretty cool to live next to the castle, if you ask me. After exploring the Castle Alegria, we're going to head 2 hours up the coast to the beautiful city of Porto. Now, located in the coast of northern Portugal, Porto is the second largest city in the country after Lisbon. It's one of the oldest European centers, as it developed as an important commercial port during Roman times. Today, it's one of Europe's most vibrant cities. I just love how colorful all the buildings and roofs are. The Louis Verse Bridge is one of the most recognizable features, as it spans across the river.
That's cool.
Now, while we're still in the river,
well, that was interesting that the people walk on the top part and the cars go underneath.
Yeah.
That is such a cool design.
Nice little features as it spans across the river. Now while we're still on the river, I recommend taking a boat ride or car up the Douro Valley to witness some of the best wine country in the world. Wine has been made in this valley for over 2,000 years. The region is full of endless terraced vineyards that line the powerful Douro River. I mean, what a beautiful spot,
That's like
especially
the place
if you're
where you
into
need
drinking
those
wine.
epic
Alright,
drone
after
shots. It
exploring
looks so
Porto
cool.
and the Douro Valley, we're going to head back to the coast to
Oh
visit
boy.
possibly the most gnarly piece of coastline in the world, Nazaré. Now, located just a 90-minute drive from Lisbon, Nazaré is a historical coastal town that is famous for being home to the biggest surfable waves on the planet. Every winter season, the waves can reach
Those are
over 100
insane.
feet high. Now, the best place to see the waves is the 16th century fort of St. Michael the Archangel. It's located right on the cliff. I'm surprised it hasn't collapsed into the ocean after being battered by wave after wave for so many centuries. Alright, well that is it for my Portugal top
Wow.
10.
Why does
Let
that
me
place
know
get
what your
specifically
favorite place
more,
in Portugal
like,
is
bigger
in the
waves?
comments
Yeah,
below.
what
I
is it
also
about
started
that
a
place?
relaxation
And
channel
why
where I post
does it draw us so much to learn how to surf just so we can go there and try it for the first time?
Get slammed straight down into the
Oh.
sea in the ocean.
But I mean, Portugal is incredible. Mainland, islands. I need to go there. We were going to go there a few years ago. Things ended up changing. We didn't end up going. We would have had a sick trip, but now we have to go in the future.
Though, I mean, there's no reason not to go. Dang, Madeira looks
Ooh,
insane.
man. And from what I remember, like if you fly from Portugal, it's not that expensive of a flight either.
Isn't the thing about that, though, that the airport's pretty crazy in Madeira? Or is that a different... Or that might be the Azores, actually,
I don't
too.
know. As long as we can get there, that's all
Yeah,
that matters.
That's all that matters.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.